We were Brandon and Delaney Woodward, and we planted Union City Church in downtown Washington, D.C. in September of 2021. So we both grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and lived there for 31 years. And that was when we finally moved to D.C. in early 2021. So for us, leaving was leaving everything that we had ever known. That's kind of an intense moment, honestly, for a church planter. But we really had that call in our heart, and so we knew, even in the midst of all that God was still pulling us to this city.
The name of our church is Union City Church, and we really strategically chose the name Union. We believe that God is calling us to build a church united in a world divided. And it's no secret or surprise to any of us that we live in really incredibly divisive times. But we believe that the Church of Jesus can and should set the tone for unity in the world. God has provided so miraculously over the whole journey, and I think that's been the thing that stands out the most to us. And I think that's one thing that I would say to encourage any prospective church planters out there. This isn't an easy journey by any stretch of the imagination, but it is incredibly rewarding to watch every time that there's a challenge presented to us or an obstacle in our path. God miraculously and often unexpectedly showed up, made a way, and exceeded our expectations. It's happened every time, and I think that's been one of the defining parts of our story.
I think for us, what's been different about church planting than we expected, and it's gonna be funny to say, is I think we're just enjoying it more than we thought we would. But I think the idea of church planting, as exciting as it was and as called to it as I felt that I was, the idea also stressed me out a little bit. And I was just like, we're gonna roll into a new city and start this church, and I think just have this tension of like, this has to work, and what happens if it doesn't work? And I think every church planter has to wrestle with that side of it. What if this doesn't actually work? And so there was stress going into it, there's that unknown. And then now that we're in it, I love it. And it's not perfect, but by and large, we love our community. And I love what God has brought together. I love the people, and we're just having a blast doing it. I think the biggest thing though for me, launching with ARC, has been the relationships that I've found and the relationships that I've built. My coach, a guy named Andy Cass and his wife, Christy, they were not just our coaches for a short season. They are dear friends of ours now and remain mentors in our lives, and we love them to death. And just other people I've met, not even through the coaching or training process, but sitting next to somebody in a breakout session or mingling at ARC during one of the larger sessions. I'm that guy. I'm gonna give my phone number out, I'm gonna take people's phone numbers down, and I'm gonna follow up, and I'm gonna text people and call them. And so the relationships have been amazing. I've had so many moments where I just didn't know what to do, and I didn't know what to do next, where I just needed somebody to decompress with, and to have people that understand the life of a church planter has been, I can't put a value on it, honestly, it's been incredible.
I think one of the most interesting things that I've had to learn, maybe the hard way over the last 2 years of pastoring, is just how lonely it can be. Because you begin to realize that every relationship that you have in your life is people that you're pastoring and that you're leading. And that creates a bit of an interesting dynamic. And so for me, what I've loved so much about ARC is being surrounded by people who get it and who can understand that dynamic and that experience. And so I've loved having women that I can call when I'm struggling with a leadership challenge, or there's a person that I'm trying to mentor that I need advice on, or there's just, a day that I'm feeling discouraged. I've got people to call who can lift my chin up and point me back to Jesus and encourage me on the journey. And it's just been such a blessing to have those people in our corner, and I don't think that we would have them if it weren't for our connection and relationship with ARC.